Today we're going to discuss something very important: vitamins for brain focus and memory. Understanding this can really help optimize our brain function. Let's start with vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin.
Oh, vitamin B12. I've heard about it but never knew it was that significant for the brain. What does it exactly do?
Vitamin B12 is crucial for several bodily functions, but when it comes to the brain, it's essential for maintaining the health of nerve cells and producing red blood cells. One of its most critical roles is in the formation of the myelin sheath, which is a protective coating that shields the nerves and enhances communication between brain cells.
So, it's like the insulation around electrical wires, right? Making sure that messages travel quickly and efficiently?
Exactly, Sarah. Without proper insulation, or if the myelin is damaged, signals between your brain cells can slow down or misfire. That can lead to memory problems and other cognitive impairments. This is why B12 is so vital.
I see. And how do we make sure we're getting enough B12?
Great question. Vitamin B12 is found predominantly in animal products like meat, eggs, and dairy. Vegans or people who eat limited animal products may need to take supplements or eat B12-fortified foods to meet their needs.
What happens if someone doesn't get enough B12?
B12 deficiency can be quite serious. Initially, it might manifest as fatigue, but over time it can lead to severe brain issues like memory loss and confusion. There's a real-life example that illustrates this well: a case study of an elderly man who came into the clinic with memory loss and fatigue, which his family thought was just due to aging. However, after testing, we found he had a severe B12 deficiency. Once treated with B12 injections, his cognitive functions significantly improved.
That's quite impressive. It really highlights the importance of diet in maintaining mental health.
Precisely. It underscores that something as simple as a vitamin can have profound effects on our brain health and overall well-being. Moving on to our second point, vitamin B6, or pyridoxine. This vitamin plays a pivotal role in the synthesis of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which are essential for mood regulation and cognitive function.
I've heard a bit about serotonin and dopamine before. They're sometimes called the happy hormones, right?
Correct. They are chemical messengers in the brain that significantly impact how we feel. Serotonin influences mood and anxiety levels, while dopamine is closely linked to our pleasure and reward systems. Vitamin B6 helps produce these neurotransmitters, ensuring that our brain has what it needs to maintain balanced mood and cognition.
What if someone doesn't get enough B6?
A deficiency in vitamin B6 can result in irritability, confusion, and even depression. In extreme cases, it might lead to more severe cognitive issues due to its role in neurotransmitter synthesis. For instance, people with low B6 levels may find themselves easily fatigued and more susceptible to mental health challenges.
So where can we find it naturally?
Vitamin B6 is found in a variety of foods. Chicken, fish like salmon and tuna, potatoes, chickpeas, and bananas are excellent sources. Because it's in so many foods, a balanced diet typically covers your B6 needs. However, those with specific dietary restrictions or conditions might still need supplements.
That makes sense. It's fascinating to think about how such small nutrients can have such a big impact on our brains and moods.
Absolutely. It's often the small things that make the biggest difference when it comes to nutrition and health. Now, let's discuss vitamin B9, also known as folate or folic acid. This vitamin is crucial for DNA synthesis and repair, and it also plays a significant role in the formation of neurotransmitters, which regulate mood and cognition.
So it's connected to brain chemistry like B6?
Yes, that's right. Folate is essential in the production of neurotransmitters such as serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. It directly affects our mental health and cognitive abilities. For instance, studies have shown that people with low levels of folate are more prone to depression and cognitive decline.
Is that why folic acid is often mentioned in prenatal vitamins?
Exactly. It's crucial for pregnant women because it helps prevent neural tube defects in the developing fetus. But even beyond pregnancy, it's essential for everyone. Inadequate folate can lead to memory lapses and impaired brain function, making everyday tasks more challenging.
And where can we find vitamin B9 naturally?
Folate is abundant in dark green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale. It's also in legumes like beans and lentils, as well as in citrus fruits and avocados. Many grain products, like bread and cereals, are fortified with folic acid as well.
So, if I'm eating a diet rich in these foods, my B9 levels should be good?
Yes, generally. But people with conditions that affect absorption, like celiac disease, or those taking certain medications, might need extra folic acid through supplements. It's always best to consult a healthcare provider if you're concerned about your intake.
Good advice, Dr. Mike. This is really interesting. It's amazing how something we often overlook can affect us so much.
Thanks, Sarah. Let's move to point 4, vitamin D. This vitamin is often associated with bone health, but it's also crucial for cognitive function. A deficiency in vitamin D has been linked to mood disorders and cognitive decline.
So, vitamin D is like a protective shield for our brains?
In a way, yes. Vitamin D helps reduce brain inflammation, which is linked to conditions like depression, Alzheimer's disease, and cognitive decline. It also plays a role in promoting nerve growth and repair, which is vital for maintaining brain health.
And how does a lack of vitamin D impact us?
People with low vitamin D often feel fatigued and are more prone to mood changes like irritability and depression. There's a well-known real-life example where researchers discovered a correlation between low vitamin D levels and seasonal affective disorder, SAD, a type of depression that happens during winter when sunlight is scarce.
Oh, I've heard of that. Some of my friends feel down during the winter months.
That's common. During the winter, people are less exposed to sunlight, which is a primary source of vitamin D. To compensate, it's important to include more vitamin D-rich foods like salmon, fortified dairy products, or to take supplements. Some people also use light therapy.
Light therapy?
Yes, it involves sitting in front of a special light box that mimics natural sunlight. This can help increase serotonin production and improve mood during the darker months.
Fascinating. And it makes sense why vitamin D is so important, especially for mental health.
Exactly. Sunlight, diet, and supplements can all help ensure your vitamin D levels remain adequate and contribute to better brain health. All right, let's wrap things up with point 5, vitamin E. This one is an antioxidant that protects neurons from oxidative stress, which can otherwise impair cognitive abilities. It's particularly known for promoting long-term brain health.
Oxidative stress? What exactly is that?
Oxidative stress occurs when there's an imbalance between free radicals and antioxidants in the body. Think of it like rust forming on metal due to exposure to oxygen. It damages the metal over time. In our body, free radicals can damage cells, including neurons. This can lead to cognitive decline, especially as we age.
And vitamin E helps prevent that?
Yes, vitamin E acts like a shield, protecting neurons from the effects of oxidative stress. It's been found to slow down memory loss and cognitive decline, which is particularly important for conditions like Alzheimer's disease.
Wow, that's impressive. Where do we get vitamin E from?
It's primarily found in nuts, seeds, and vegetable oils like sunflower oil and olive oil. Leafy green vegetables and whole grains are also good sources. Incorporating these foods into your diet can help maintain healthy vitamin E levels.
So, a handful of almonds or a spinach salad could be my brain's best friend.
Absolutely. It's a simple but effective way to support brain health in the long term. Adding a variety of these vitamin E-rich foods to your diet is a smart move.
Thanks, Dr. Mike. This was a fascinating discussion. I've learned so much about how these vitamins contribute to brain focus and memory.
I'm glad you found it helpful, Sarah. Just remember that nutrition is a key piece of the puzzle when it comes to maintaining cognitive health. It's important to make informed choices for your body and mind.